Jacob was just like any other young man. He had a bright future ahead of him, with dreams of becoming a doctor and helping those in need. But there was one thing that set him apart from his peers, his Kufungisisa. Kufungisisa, also known as thinking too much in Shona, is a type of anxiety disorder that is prevalent in Zimbabwe and other parts of Africa. It is characterized by persistent and excessive worrying, often about things that are beyond one's control. Jacob had always been a sensitive and introspective person, but as he got older, his anxiety began to take over his life. He found himself constantly worrying about everything from his grades to his relationships to the state of the world. He would spend hours lost in thought, unable to focus on anything else. It wasn't until he was in his early 20s that Jacob was diagnosed with Kufungisisa. At first, he was relieved to finally have a name for what he was experiencing, but as he learned more about the disorder, he realized just how much it would impact his life. Kufungisisa is caused by a combination of genetic, environmental, and cultural factors. In Zimbabwe, where Jacob grew up, there is a strong cultural emphasis on stoicism and emotional control. This can lead to a reluctance to seek help for mental health issues, as well as a lack of understanding about the importance of self-care and stress reduction. In addition to cultural factors, Kufungisisa is also influenced by a person's upbringing and life experiences. For Jacob, growing up in a chaotic and sometimes violent environment had left him with deep-seated fears and anxieties that he couldn't shake. Despite the challenges he faced, Jacob was determined to overcome his Kufungisisa. He started seeing a therapist who helped him develop coping strategies and work through some of his underlying issues. He also began practicing mindfulness meditation, which helped him learn to focus on the present moment and quiet his racing thoughts. Over time, Jacob began to see improvements in his mental health. He was able to sleep better, concentrate more effectively, and engage more fully in his relationships. He even found himself starting to enjoy the things he used to worry about, like social events and public speaking. But even with all the progress he had made, Jacob knew that managing his Kufungisisa would be a lifelong journey. He continued to see his therapist regularly and made a conscious effort to prioritize his mental health every day. One of the biggest challenges Jacob faced was the stigma surrounding mental health in his community. Despite the growing awareness of mental health issues in Zimbabwe, many people still view anxiety and depression as a weakness or a sign of moral failing. Jacob knew that he had to be open and honest about his struggles if he wanted to help others who were dealing with the same issues. He started speaking out about his experiences with Kufungisisa, both online and in his community. He encouraged others to seek help if they were struggling and worked to raise awareness about mental health issues. It wasn't always easy. Jacob faced plenty of criticism and pushback from those who didn't understand or believe in mental health issues. But he knew that by speaking out, he was making a difference in the lives of others who might be suffering in silence. Through his advocacy work and his own journey of healing, Jacob became a symbol of hope for many in Zimbabwe and beyond. He showed that it was possible to live a fulfilling life with Kufungisisa and that seeking help was a sign of strength, not weakness. As he continued to work on his own mental health and help others, Jacob felt a sense of purpose that he had never felt before. He knew that he had found his calling,